Good afternoon, y'all. And welcome to It's Crunch Time, y'all. It's Crunch Time, y'all. It's Crunch Time in the building. Definitely, we are a program. We are in partnership with We Care Baltimore, which is a nonprofit organization. Shout out to SP, Dr. SP, the CEO of We Care Baltimore. No, I'm on. Oh, he ain't got a song?
No.
Oh. Facts. I'm ready. I was going and I didn't know. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to It's Crunch Time podcast. We in the building. Crunch Time is in the building, y'all. We are back. It's been a couple weeks, but we back in the building. I'm your host, Dr. KB. I'm in the studio with my co-host, Weezy.
Weezy in the house. What's going on, everybody?
Weezy in the building. Yes. We got our Crunch Time family member, Jerron Hurt, is in the building. Jerron, what up from the Hurt Fathers Advocacy?
Fathers Advocate Corporation.
Advocate Corporation.
Yeah.
Hurt Fathers Advocate, my bad. Advocate Corporation in the building.
Expanding a little bit.
Yeah. He done leveled up. And we want to shout out my man Dan, the man from Be More For Real.
Be More For Real
podcast in the building. He always recording with us. He's a part of the Crunch Time family as well. Also, we are in partnership with We Care Baltimore. We Care Baltimore is a nonprofit organization, resource and training center here in Baltimore that we ask you all to get familiar with, learn more about, and also collaborate with We Care Baltimore. Shout out to SP, Dr. SP, CEO. I am CFO. So get with us on that. And we are streaming live always at WOLBbaltimore.com. Again, that's WOLBbaltimore.com. Also, we are streaming live on our YouTube page at Crunch Time Podcast with a K, KRUNCH, TIME podcast on YouTube. And also we'll be having that on our Facebook page later on at Crunch Time Podcast as well. So follow us on both. Also follow us at We Care Baltimore, and also follow us on the Hurt. What's your handle, sir?
The Hurt Story.
The Hurt Story, and which is spell it.
HURTT Story.
Hurt Story.
Facebook and YouTube.
Follow us. We got a lot of platforms for you to follow us on. So pick one, pick them all. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. But today we got a good show for you today. It's a pleasure to have Mr. Jerron Hurt back on the scene with us. You know, he's the co-host with us. Last year? Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, yeah. So it's been a while, and it's good to have him in the building. We want to talk real quick about what we do. We talk about my business. My business is BM Human and Financial Services, because we are entrepreneurs as well. So we also want to talk about, supporting Black-owned businesses, supporting small businesses, no matter what the race. Just support your neighborhood and support your neighborhood businesses that are trying to thrive and trying to grow. So right now, mine is BM Human and Financial Services. I do all of your financial needs, business and personal. I do financial consulting, business consulting, tax preparation, personal and business. And the human side of that is the PRP counseling. So I also do counseling if you need any counseling referrals. I am your girl. I am your financial guru, and I'm also here to help you with mental health. So hit me up, 443-281-3839. Again, that's 443-281-3839. Do not call me right now while I'm on the air. So that is my direct line. And definitely wait till I get off the air, and I definitely will answer your call. That's me personally answering the call. So Weezy, what you got going on?
I am the owner and founder of TallyBiscuits.com. Tally Biscuits Herbal Tea. You can reach me at TallyBiscuits.com. That's TALLYBISCUS. It's a herbal tea. Has plenty of health benefits. It's all natural. And it's to boost your immune system and give you some vitality. So if anybody's interested in the herbal tea, I also have the Creamy Ale. Holiday is coming up. Anybody interested in the Creamy Ale? That is not health tea. That is a tea. That is a drink that makes you feel good. So if you're interested in that, You can hit me up at tallybiscuits.com, or you can hit me at 443-250-1330.
Say that again.
That's 443-250-1330. Hit me up anytime.
All right. So we got a couple of things I want to talk about. Supporting each other. Also, I'm gonna get you, bro. You ain't forgotten. I got you, bro. We want to talk about supporting each other. That's one of the topics today. And then also we want to talk about, the effects of, the absent father not being in a household, with the, in our communities, and what's going on with the children, and why you see so much chaos going on in our communities. Well, one of the things that we want to address is, the dads are not around. So we want to talk about that as well. But right now I want to give a couple of resources that we have for the Thanksgiving holiday, because Thanksgiving is coming around, and I know things have been tight, and I know people are just getting back to work, and so you might not have enough resources to go around. So we want to make sure that we always make sure that you are plugged into what's going on in the community. So at the end of the day, so we got one of the things we got going on is, hold on one second.
It's been a while since I seen you, Ron. You've been
hold on one second, y'all.
making all kinds of type of moves out there.
Trying to take over the world.
Trying to take over the world. I see you hustling and bustling, you know what I mean?
Trying to, man. If I can get my boys home,
I'll be glad when it happens. I love the videos, man.
Absolutely.
I love the videos. I heard about some of the videos, and I know you back then you let me see a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's time, I follow you, and I've been watching the videos, and I'm like, these videos are so innocent.
Yeah, real quick. We got a turkey, not to cut you guys off, because y'all get ready. I'm about to step out for a second. I got something to take care of, and I'm letting Weezy host y'all. Weezy gonna be in the building hosting for a couple minutes. But I got a turkey giveaway that's happening absolutely right now, and I know it's kind of short notice, but it's real quick. It's at 1200 West Baltimore Street from 12 to 4 today. So if they're giving away 1,000 and more turkeys, so if you want to get a turkey, they got a whole bunch of them there. The address again is 1200 West Baltimore Street. If you want more information, you can call 667-309-7643. Again, that's 667-309-7643. And then also we got a whole lot of stuff going on this weekend. We need you guys to be plugged in on this weekend. So also they're giving away the Project Feast is giving away free Thanksgiving meals on November the 27th, which is Thanksgiving Day, from 11 to 3. It's at Booker T. Washington Middle School. You guys can Google that. The Franciscan Center is doing a lot of things. Tomorrow they're doing a food extravaganza where they're giving away food, clothing. So Franciscan Center, if you want to look them up, they're doing that all the way up until Thanksgiving. Then we also have the New Life Food Pantry that are providing turkeys as well. Of course, you always know the Maryland Food Bank is always available for your needs. If anything, you want to, you can call the Maryland Food Bank. And then also we have Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correction Services are doing a turkey drive as well. And then the Goodwill is doing something tomorrow. No, is it Wednesday? I'm sorry, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. They will be doing a dinner fair, a resource fair, and serving dinner. So get with the Goodwill 68 Thanksgiving dinner and resource fair. You can Google that as well, because I got a lot and I don't want to give out all addresses. Be More Fresh is doing something at Dunbar Orangeville Center from 10 to 3. That's today, so that's not enough notice. But if you want to go out there, if you live in the Dunbar area, 2919 East Biddle Street is the address. And so anything, like I say, if you need resources, We Care Baltimore is there for you guys. I am here. You need me, call me 443-281-3839, 443-281-3839. So if you need any resources and we can help you, we would definitely do our best to help you and support our community as we ask you guys to support us as well. So, Weezy, I'm going to let you take over, and I'm going to let you and Ron talk a little bit. I'll be right back. Don't get into the meat until I come back, but we're going to start with the potatoes. We're going to start with the potatoes a little bit.
But let me add one more resource. I got a notification the other day from Cash App that Afterpay was connected. So literally Afterpay is giving you, if you use Cash App, I guess on a regular basis, Afterpay is now connected with it and is giving you like a spending limit. So if you are in need, there is that option through Cash App.
Okay. So, what you? Like I said, I haven't talked to you in a while, Ron. What's been going on your side?
So I'm actually a 501c3 now. The Hurt Fathers Advocate Corporation. A long time coming. For everyone who doesn't know, this wasn't anything that I wanted to start. This was actually that came, you know what I mean? I was kind of pushed into this by my pain, has now become my passion. For the people that don't know, my sons are the Hurt Twins. We have over 1 billion views on social media. It was all about spreading love and joy. It's a family tradition just to, record videos. We had thousands of Palm VHS tapes. And when the pandemic hit, we were just posting our videos online and it went viral.
And the crazier thing about it is it's so many people doing that.
Right.
It's so many people. When I look online, it's so many people got their kids. I see twins on there.
Yeah, everyone.
Everybody doing it. I'm trying to figure out what's so special about you. What's so special about you? Why are they so interested in breaking down a brother?
The positivity, showing a man and a black man in a different light. We're not on there dancing. You know what I mean? We're not on there, being disrespectful. It's literally
right. It's things that they highlight.
Right. But sadly, I entered into this family court to protect my sons from abuse. And I just saw how expensive and how unjust it was for fathers. I mean, I spent over $100,000 in 3 years. My sons were attending Gilman. We lived in Hampton Estates. I mean, my sons had everything. And went to court. I hired an attorney for my sons, and instead of protecting them, she protected their mother. And that's where it all went downhill.
Yeah, they always trying to break the man down. You know what I mean? They trying to tear families apart.
Exactly. So instead of, protecting my boys, they protected their mother. It's now been over 460 some days since I've seen my sons after being a primary parent. But this is what made me start the nonprofit. Like it was so many fathers reaching out to me beforehand, like, look, I would love to be a father like you, but I'm not allowed to. And when I entered in that family court and just saw the injustice that I faced, being called daddy all over the world, and I'm going through this, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, something has to be done. So that's when I started a nonprofit. So far, I've done a dad's retreat in Saugatuck, Michigan, took some fathers up to Michigan. They received $50 an hour. They got to hike, fish. We had a mental health day. So I'm planning one too for the beginning of the year. So if you have any fathers, if there's any fathers online that want to participate, you can email me. But so I partner with University of Baltimore Law School. They have a TANF program where it's children that are truant, not attending school or late to school. And I have a program called Viral for a Vision where we're actually teaching children how to monetize social media, make viral videos all around attending school.
Man, it's sad, man. It's like people say it's no good brothers, no good men out here, and here you got a whole bunch of men sticking together, trying to do right for their children.
Definitely.
And the system is tearing it apart.
Yeah, definitely. It's modern day slavery is what I say. They learned how to make money from on us back in the day. And now it's just started in the family courts. They know when you take a child away from the father, they're more likely to go through depression, be high school dropout, suicide, incarceration.
And that's how they keep the system.
Exactly.
The system going.
Right. Yeah. So then they make money on us when we're incarcerated. You know,
and like you said, that is slavery.
Yeah, it's modern day slavery. Yeah. It went from slavery to this in family court, and now that it's all races that this is going to, that are going through this, not just us. But yeah, we're the blueprint.
All right. So what's next on the agenda for you?
Something big, man. I'm trying to basically build a legal fund for fathers. Not just low income fathers, period. So when they go to family court, enter in the family court, they don't have to spend their whole 401k or their life savings fighting in court. So that's my goal.
KBC back in the building.
KB back in the building.
Hey.
Yeah, life is unpredictable sometimes. Sometimes you
Life
gotta
be life.
do some things. You gotta do some things.
Yeah, anybody interested in chiming in this conversation, they could give us a call, 410-481-1010.
Yeah, give it up for my man Weezy taking over for me.
Weezy.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit more, bro. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna actually switch roles. I need you to start because I ain't gonna always be able to be here. So I want to make sure that our listeners always get crunch time. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that they always get a part of us every week that we're here. So I don't want us to miss anything. So I'm definitely gonna have you come on and host. Maybe get Ron in here with you. Y'all can do some things. I hope they can
handle the laugh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep it PG-13, fellas. But yeah, we got a caller actually calling in. That's what's up. Or maybe we don't. I don't know. This was queued up, but we'll see. But yeah. So let's get to Jacob. Let's see what's going on, Jacob. Welcome to Crunch Time. You on the air? Oh, it is.
Check 1, check 2, check 2.
You on? Hold on. You on the air?
I've gone through these proceedings, being called a non-consensual parent, a relationship with my daughters and my children now. But at the time, it's really a strange relationship. And I had to defend as a father should not be. So I commend you for your work. And
thank you, brother.
One suggestion I would like to add to maybe your plate with your organization is to look at the lobbying component.
Yeah.
And I would love to lobby with you.
Okay.
Every time there is a father's bill that is presented in Annapolis, I make sure that I testify and at least give some of the testimony of some of the fathers that I've experienced, even in court. I experienced one young man came in the courtroom, didn't even know his son for 18 years until the system brought him into court. And then they still treated him like a non-custodial parent at that point and really treated him estranged.
Right.
And said that technically because of the time that he's been away from his child, he really has no established relationship and separated him like that. I think that is such a bad thing to do, especially when we know our children need their fathers more than anything in our society, in our community. So I commend you, and if you'd love to do something in reference to lobbying,
definitely
to advocate, because some of these changes really have to be changed in policy. I think that we could force the delegates and the senators to enforce fathers' rights or to enforce the courts to recognize fathers' rights, but that has to come from legislation because they're only adhering and following what the guidelines and policies are. And those guidelines and policies look at you as a non-custodial parent.
Right.
We need to change that definition and make sure that that terminology is inclusive and not separatist ideology from parenting. So
definitely, I would love to get your information. I'll give you my email. It's Jeron Hurt, so that's JERRON Hurt HURTT at the THE Hurt HURTT fathers FATHERS.org. So Jeron Hurt at thehurtfathers.org. I want to say something without saying too much, but I will say I talked to numerous politicians. I even actually, after building this social media platform, I work for them. I actually do a few of their social media platforms. Some are running for office. And what I hear from time to time is you can't talk about a father without putting a mother down. And that's the problem. It's like for us to get anywhere, we need women and mothers to stand behind us because most politicians are afraid to talk about it because they feel like they'll lose the vote for bashing a mother. And it's not bashing a mother, it's standing up for what's right. And most of them just don't want to do that. So until we have the mothers and the women behind us, we're going to keep fighting, but nothing's going to get done until we come together as one.
I think in some cases you're right, but I do think in some cases that we can advocate stronger for fathers, because we know sometimes the toxic relationships, that we deal with in reference to our baby mamas are concerned. And sometimes that plays into the dynamics in the courtroom.
Right.
And a lot of times the judge and, those folks that are in charge of this process in family court, they lock onto that and they take it, as evidence or as substance, when it's not. It's really an argument between two people that are bitter with each other, but has nothing to do with the welfare or the care of the child. And like I said, in some cases, we need to separate that, like put an enforcement in there that says, no, we're not going to take this hearsay and this speculatory, type of language and you hearsaying, in reference to and allegations being placed against the father.
False.
We're not going to entertain that in the courtroom. It's only going to be about making sure that we connect the dots to bring that child and father and mother closer together. And I think that needs to be really enforced, again, through legislation. That's not something that the courts are only going to follow what the guidelines are. Mm-hmm. So the state has to regulate it and be forceful in making sure that fathers are included in all of these processes, which they're not right now.
That's definitely, you're definitely correct. The courts need to, the problem is the courts are incentivized as well. So like all this stuff is done behind closed doors. And when you get incarcerated for a crime, you have due process, you're innocent until proven guilty. And what in family court, that's not how things work. A woman can say you've done A, B, and C. There doesn't need to be any evidence. And you're basically, you're convicted basically, without any proof. And the problem is also courts are incentivized. That's why when a mother has a child, it's not the father's child, it's the mother's child. It doesn't matter if the father signs the birth certificate. He's not actually the father until he goes to court and gets on child support. And then we're not even talking about how the courts benefit 5% of, child support goes to the judge's, retirement fund. And then once they pay the mother, if she's on welfare and she gets benefits, how they pay her back, pay the state back for giving her the benefits and giving the state money for collecting the child support. So if we take take it out of basically the courts being incentivized to do this to us, this won't happen. But we definitely need to lobby. I would love to talk to you further, brother.
Do you have some
information?
Yeah.
KB has my information. It's definitely popular.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
As well, we're all active together in the community.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the work.
That was my question.
And here in Baltimore too. So
Yep.
So,
Thank you for calling
stay
in,
on
Jason.
the front lines, family.
Yeah,
Stay on the front line.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
All right. My man Jason in the building. But so it's I agree with Jerron. Hurt about the women. I definitely got to stand up for the women because this topic, actually, why I brought him in today, because I was inspired by what I'm experiencing in my own personal life. And as a woman, I'm 110% agreeing that we have to be supportive of these men being fathers. And I can't say especially, but I'm going to say especially to the boys, because they are men in training and the boys need their dads. And that's just bottom line. We can't raise boys to be men. That's not what we're capable of doing. We're not men. We can always be mom, but we can never be mom and dad. So that statement, I'm mom and dad, is a false statement.
Right.
There's no such thing. You only a mom and you're only dad. There is no two. One parent is not two parents. A woman can't do what a man does and a man can't do what a woman does. And at the end of the day, we have to really, really own that and be honest about that. And as women, and I know we get our feelings hurt, and I know we go through heartbreak, and I know we want to, we want the traditional family.
But that's the problem. You get your feelings hurt. You get your heartbreak. That has nothing to do with your child.
I'm speaking to the women, though. I'm giving them some real advice right now.
Let them know they gotta separate their feelings
and
from their child.
That's what you just said.
I know. This is near and dear to me. I apologize.
Yeah, I got you. But I was just getting ready to say, I know that we go through different, because we emotional beings. We are born and made out of the emotions, and sometimes we don't know how to regulate them. And then sometimes we got to understand, men got to be understanding too, that women don't always have it together, and you got to choose different and better when you're making choices about who you want to have children with. And you got to know that this person is going to be somebody you can actually parent with. And I know that's, after the fact, it's like, okay, I get it now, but still, we want to go back and teach the young people to make better decisions and stop, having so many illegitimate children, because this is the situation that you can face when you are in that situation. So we definitely want you to, as women, we got to do better. I just gotta put that on our hearts, because at the end of the day, they really can't be good fathers if we're not supportive. If we don't support their fatherhood, if we don't make sure that the kids, because kids will be like, I don't want to go with dad because dad got rules and he's stricter.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to dad's house
Yeah.
this weekend. Well, you don't have to go. That's not true. If it's
Right.
dad's time, they got to go. They don't make decisions. They don't get to make choices about who, where they need to be, because you right now is about what's best for the child.
Right.
And that comes first. Put what's best for the child first, and everything else will fall into place. I know your feelings are hurt, and I know you in pain, and I know you want the traditional family, and I know you wanted the marriage, and it didn't work out, and you upset, but you can't use the child as a pawn. We got to do better, sisters. We got to make sure that we are putting the kids first and become great moms and do what we can as moms. We got to call on that. Welcome to Crunch Time. You on the air?
Welcome to Crunch Time.
Hi, my name is Joe.
Hey, Joe. What's going on?
I just wanted to chime in and talk about the situation of being raised by men. I was born into a family of 12, one sister. Now, and my mother and father was in the house. This is why I'm saying this is real important. Because my father, boy, he raised us to be men. There's no doubt about that. And we had a balance in there. Now, my father would not discipline my sister the way he would discipline us, because mom took care of the daughter, my sister.
Right.
But he raised us, and he was a stickler for education. We didn't get many toys, but my God, we had books that's out of this world. And I don't know if you all remember them big fat Sunday papers. We used to go get that paper from my father, and it was big, heavy. Bring it home.
Yeah.
My father would read that paper from back to front. And you know what I loved? He always gave me the funny papers. Now, that started me on reading, and I love reading. By the time I was in the 6th grade, I was already reading on a college sophomore level. So what I'm saying to the women and the men out here, these young boys, they need their father.
Amen.
They really actually do.
Yeah.
Because my son, he's grown, he's 45, and I've never felt so proud when he came to me and said he was with some of his friends and heard them talking, and he said he spoke to him and said, you know what? My father raised me, and I'm his father, but I learned from my father to raise a boy to a man.
Right.
So I thank you all for letting me chime in on that, and I hope that helps someone.
I hope it too.
Being a great father, brother.
Yes.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
See, and this is something I want to say. Like, I raised my sons. When I had my sons, my life became my sons. Not like 24/7, but my goal was to raise good children, not to give my sons 8 hours or 6 hours after, 2 hours after work, you know what I mean? And then give them the iPads and put them to bed. Like, everything now is like people are so worried about themselves, looking sexy, you know what I mean? Dressing a certain way, just sexualizing everything, and then putting their children in the videos, you know what I mean? Like, it just, and this is not all women, but there's a lot of women, they're more concerned about their happiness than their children and their family's happiness. And the children are being left to fend for themselves.
It'd be nice for some women to call, and then we could get some women calls to call and then chime in on this and see what they thinking out there.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, we at a time where there's a new breed of people. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we Generation X is up here, but
But you know what's wild though?
What's up?
Like, I'm getting a lot of following of teenagers and early 20, like athletes and stuff like that. And they even reach out to me and talk about their parents or talk about their moms. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because
she's not there. She's out in the street. She's doing this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what happened to like building a home? Like, instead of, you get what I mean? Like, what happened to family?
Let me tell you this. It goes back further than what we see now, because those people wasn't raised.
We wasn't, but we still learn to do better, don't we? Or some of us,
no,
right?
You can't. That's how you feel. Right. The reality is the reality. The reality always wins. And what you see is the reality of what's going on. And we may have our opinions about what should happen and what shouldn't, and people should know how to do this and they should, but they don't. That's the reality. The reality is they don't.
But the reality is no one's speaking up on. Everyone's keep uplifting you. Go girl, go girl. No. Let's teach people right from wrong. Like, this is not okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with you. We got to be held accountable, and we got to hold people accountable. But we also got to be realistic, and realistically is we got to come up with these. Like you said, you got your nonprofit. We got but we got to come up with programs and resources for people to go to learn. And that's what we're not doing. We talking about the problem, but we got to come up with solutions. We can't just beat the problem to death and don't have solutions to go along with it. So the solution is, we know what the problem is. Now let's come together as a community, the men and the women, to figure out how we implement change. How do we get from point A to point B to point C, so this don't happen to the next generation?
Right. But everyone's scared to talk about when a woman is wrong. So there won't be those things.
That's not true. I don't think everybody's scared.
You know how many politicians, I wish I could name them right now, who says, I know this is an issue. I know that 70-something% of juvenile crime in Baltimore City is coming from fatherless homes. We know what's going on, but if we talk about it, it's going to ruin my election. No one wants to talk about it.
It's a tough topic
and
to get them to talk about.
I'm not bashing any woman,
That's
because
true.
there's great women out. You're a great woman.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, we got to do better. And when the programs are there, they have to want to do them themselves. Like, we can't force, you know what I mean?
But we can at least we have it there for them if they need it. And the thing is, we doing so many different things. Everybody's doing so many different things in the community that we're not doing them together. So people don't know about resources.
Right.
People don't know about the different things that's out here. We don't know because everybody's doing their own thing. And if we come together and support each other, because that's one of the things we was talking about last time we were on air, supporting each other, that's important. Being a support to someone or their organization, and also that organization being a support to you, reciprocity. If I'm pouring into you and I'm giving into your organization, your business, your foundation, then you need to be able to to give back. And you got to give back. It don't have to be the same way, but support that company and that business and that person who's pouring into your company. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's how we build. That's how we grow. And that's how we empower the community as a whole, because we got to start with us and look in the mirror and say, hey, what can I do different?
Well, we need to start calling out right and wrong.
What's sad about this cycle, though, is you have a father that wants to be there for their child.
Yeah.
So now the child grows up with a father.
Resentment. Yeah.
And then this child makes a kid, and he doesn't know how to be a father.
Right.
Because he never had one.
That's been happening for
and the
generations.
cycle just keeps going on and going on and going on.
It goes back further than what we can see today.
Right.
Because if you're a mom, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I know how to be a mom. That's what I think men think. I think y'all think because women give birth, they automatically know how to to be mothers.
No, there's a difference between
you know what I'm saying. And so it's a lot of women who didn't have moms, just like it's a lot of boys who didn't have fathers. We don't talk about that though. We only talk about the fatherless boys, but we don't talk about the motherless girls. And there's plenty of those out here who didn't have mom, who had auntie and cousins and grandma who was there around, but it wasn't mom teaching them how to be mothers.
Right.
And so that's where we gotta kind of grab that and kind of get those women and trying to teach them give them classes on how to be moms and show them what it,
That's
parenting
true.
classes.
That's true because
because
you
they
got
need
some
it.
kids that might grow up and their moms could have been on drugs or something, and they wasn't there. So
Right.
they don't
So
know.
then you grow up and you have babies and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this baby?
Mm-hmm.
And the father looking at you like, you don't know? Because I don't know. And so it's like a lost generation who really don't understand parenting. And we got to teach them that parenting is not just you having an intimate relationship with a man and having a kid and dressing them cute and making them, putting Jordans on their feet,
right,
and a chain around their neck, and posting them on
Instagram,
on social media, because that's what they think parenting is.
Mm-hmm.
And you got caught in that crossfire because you were doing something positive with your boys on social media and showing a different side to parenting and actually showing what parenting looks like, healthy parenting. And they got caught in the crossfire, all this junk that's out here with these parents. You got to see it. Parents are out here putting their kids on social media for fun and making things cute and all that. But sometimes, and which is nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying anything wrong with it, but it's looked down upon when you have the older generation and you have people in power. They don't really think it's something that can be positive, and it is.
Well, I'll say in my situation.
I'll take a call real quick.
Yeah, let's take a call.
Okay. We got a caller. You on the air?
Welcome to Krunch Time.
Hey.
Yes, I just wanted to make a comment. First of all, I feel for the gentleman because men do get a bad rap with the court system and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to share my experience being a single mother raising a son. And I used to tell him, son, I can't teach you how to be a man. I can give you the benefit of my knowledge and experience, but I can't teach you how to be a man.
Right.
And when he got grown, he told me, he said, Mom, you have made me the man that I am today.
Right.
And I just want to make this comment because fortunately, I had a great dad. So I had a great experience of what a man should be.
Right.
Now, I can't be a man, but what I realized is a single woman, a son growing up under her can't emulate manhood, but he can be taught manhood because I taught him the qualities that my father displayed as I was growing up, which caused him to be a good man. He didn't see that in me because I'm a woman.
Right.
So like I said, he couldn't emulate the traits of a man, but he could be taught good traits of being a good man.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh yeah, we agree with you on that.
And then I agree that a well-balanced kid needs both. I agree with
Absolutely.
that. But in our society today, we see so many single parent households, and we don't want to emphasize on the fact that women can't make a man a man. You can teach him to be a great man. You just can't show him, what men do because you're not a man.
Right.
So concentrate on the quality.
That's teaching them how to be a good person. Right.
Right. And I think that will go a long way in,
being a single mom.
That gap of having single women raise male children.
Yes. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for calling in.
Yes.
And I'll say this, because she said her father raised her. You could see, and I'm not claiming, like, I'm not bashing no mother at all, but you could see how she understood both sides. You get what I'm saying? She understood from a father's side, not just, like she took her emotions out of it and, used her head and just like, okay, well, like she could have been emotional about it, but she was level-headed and she thought about it. Okay, well, I may not be good at this situation, but I saw this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
we definitely, mothers are instrumental in everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why we need both, because we learn two different sides.
Right.
From
And
both,
mothers can teach their sons how to be good people. They couldn't give them structure. They can't give them morals and values and teach them all those things. That's not what we're saying. We definitely saying moms are instrumental and they are definitely valuable to the home. But we can't negate that the father, is not just as valuable, or sometimes even more when it comes to the house when you have boys. So that's what we're saying. So he had another caller.
Welcome to Krunch Time. You're on the air.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I was going to say, a single parent can also always raise a decent human being. A woman can't teach a young man how to be a man, and a man can't teach a young lady how to be a woman, but they can teach them to be decent human beings. Now, the thing about the strength of the black family, that's where the weakness comes from. They know, the government knew the government is an evil system that started out with giving the female welfare, but you cannot have the man in the house. They took the male out the house. The male is still a head, not saying he's necessarily the boss, but he's the protector, and to make the family feel secure. He's the hunter. The woman is naturally a nurture. We've gotten away from God, and we have let our God down. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the G-O-D. We have let our God down. We're so busy trying to do what the European is doing that we've lost our way. We need to get back to our strength, which is God internally, and get back to family like we had before. Anybody that come up in the 50s or 40s or 30s know that black families didn't have a lot of money, but they had family and they had God. We got a little bit of money in our pockets and lost our mind. We let our God down. Now everybody has a car, everybody has a phone, everybody has materialistic things, values, but we don't have the family value. Why is it every other ethnic group can come to America, haven't been here but 10, 20 years, but they have family. They have their strength. I see it all the time.
So Mr. Darrell, question to you: How do you suppose that we go about getting back to that?
First of all, we need to start thinking with our own minds. We need to start getting back to raising. If you don't, like grandma had to raise the babies, aunties had to raise the baby, uncles were in the house, cousins was in the house. We had to do family no matter what. Everybody's gotten away from everybody. When I was coming up, one grandmother lived up in the next block. Another grandmother lived 5 blocks away. I had aunts lived around a few blocks away. There was no daycare. I went to an aunt's house or a grandma's house. I had family all the time. People in the neighborhood were like family. We said that all the time. Black people talked about how we were always family. We don't talk about it anymore.
I get what you're saying. It goes back to what I said.
We don't even see our own families anymore.
Okay. Well,
we don't see our own families anymore. You probably don't even know your own nephews or cousins, first cousins, second cousins anymore. They walk right past you, wouldn't even know who they are. We got to get back to family. That's God's structure, is family.
Yep. Thank you so much for calling in, Darryl. We appreciate your feedback and stay tuned. We definitely hear you. We appreciate you calling in and listening.
I mean, I got a big solution for this problem. The main focus is we fell away from love. We can't just be looking for the pretty face and the big butt, right? And we got to go out and find a woman that we're interested in, getting to know them,
right?
And that's how you bring the families back,
right?
Because when you find somebody, you found love, and it starts right there.
Yeah, and like what Brother Darrell said, also the morals and the values are not taught,
and that's how we bring the values back.
So I'm on a few dating sites. I don't know why I'm on there, but I'm on a few of them. And I say, let me raise my age limit up, so I can find a woman I'm thinking that would be, home, chill. Man, it's 65 and older. They still out in the club. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you pick. Not all of them not like that.
I'm saying, looking at the dating pool, when I go swipe or, check yes or no, all of them are still like, it's just, where are we supposed to go to find these women?
Let me say this. It starts with you, changing you, changing your mindset.
I'm just on the dating site, and that's what's coming up on the dating site. I'm looking for, a certain type, but
you
so you're supposed to just skip no.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. But you will attract who you are. And I'm
being
being
honest
with
algorithm.
You. No. And I'm just being honest with you, because as you start to grow as a man and start to evolve and become a better man and wiser, you're gonna look for something different anyway. You're not even going to be interested in those type of women, so they're not even going to be attracted to you. They're not even going to come your way. You're going to start attracting different type of women. So you got to change your energy.
That's why I changed my age range.
The age range, because they got younger female that's mature too.
It's not about age. It's about your circle. It's about where you put yourself and position yourself in your life. Because if you come from amongst them, you won't be around any of that type of people. Because I don't run into those type of women. I have a group of women that I network with. I have a group of women that I do business.
I ain't seen these women
Yes,
yet.
have you seen them? I introduced you to. Okay, don't act like you don't know.
One of them.
But I've been around great women, and a lot of them are married already.
Right.
And some of them aren't. And those that aren't are looking. They're strategically and they're mindfully and intentionally looking to date. They don't want the hookups. They don't, we got to get out of the hookup phase and thinking about hooking up, and sex is always on the table first. Once you change your mindset as a man and you looking for something in depth, and you're looking for something real, that's not going to be at the forefront. And that's where you're going to start being able to pay attention to who she is and what kind of woman she is. And you see the red flags and you say, oh, nope, this ain't for me. Let me go. Or you can stay and build with this person. But you got to give yourself time to be able to do that. We jump head first because she looks good, like you said, sexy.
Yeah, got the big booty.
Yeah,
She got
so
some
we got
nice
to come out of that
feet.
mindset. We got to, and then we got to teach these
I love feet.
I love
boys.
feet
Funny. We got to teach these boys who who are around to think differently as well, starting at a young age. Because at a young age, guys are taught that they go out there and conquer and have fun. And that's not responsible. We got to teach the boys how to be responsible too.
We got another call.
Yes.
Welcome to Crunch Time. You're on the air. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Crunch Time.
Yeah, good afternoon. I've got to say, what a wonderful show you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is just great to hear you extol the virtues of a two-parent household, knowing that it's not always possible to have a two-parent household.
Right.
But that's the goal.
Right.
And the solutions, it's clear to me that you guys have the solution by virtue of the wisdom that you're sharing with us.
Yes.
So again, I thank you so much. I'm a celebrant of Kwanzaa.
Okay.
The family, community, and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Essence of Kwanzaa, the first fruits of the African harvest. I think that's also a great way in terms of an African ideology to focus on the family.
Right.
But again, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
Don't let nobody turn you around. This is a wonderful show.
We appreciate you.
And you've got the answer.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling in Crunch Time.
Yes. Thank you, Leo. Have a good one.
Peace.
Oh man, that just warms my heart, because that's what
when I come in here.
that's the goal. No, but you are part of this.
Thank you all callers for calling in.
Yeah, we are part of this, and I want you to know that we've always supported everything that you've done, and always been, in your corner. So, I've been privy to some of the things that you've been dealing with personally. I've experienced, I've seen it, so I do know, I can confirm what he's telling everyone is facts, because he's absolutely shown the proof. He can't show it to everybody, but at the end of the day, I'm someone that he trusted in, and we have that kind of relationship. And so I can say for sure this is real, and he's dealing with some real, I'm just going to call it out, it's demonic stuff. That's what it is. It's demonic, because I can't see why anyone, I don't care, judge, politician, whoever you are, can't see the importance of any child, male or female, having their dad around.
There's so much stuff I want to say that I can't say, but I've received
letters. We're going to save it for the podcast. Crunch Time Podcast, y'all.
Crunch Time Podcast coming soon. but we already had. We just need Jerron. Come on.
Yeah.
But I've gotten letters from big people saying stop talking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they don't want this stuff to get out. And you would be very surprised who the letters are. I'll show you on my phone after this. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, we're going to do A, B, and C. Just stop. You know what I mean? But I'm not. Like, I've been out without my children for 400 and some days, 60 some days. Wow. You know what I mean? My sons went from Gilman to living in the States to being homeless to living with, in a 1-bedroom with 4 children, being left alone. It's not okay for this to happen to our children. And I've had other fathers reach out to me, because the woman who done this to me, I'm gonna say her name is Angela Silverstein. She's a guardian at Lighton. And if you ever heard of her, or you've gone through anything with her in family court, please reach out to me. But this needs to stop. You know what I mean? Because it, like I said, it's modern day slavery, and they're breaking our families up. You know, my organization may be for fathers, but I support families more than anything.
Right.
You know, so
because they're all women that are going through this as well.
Exactly.
So
it's not just us.
Yeah, it's not just the guys. We're talking about the fathers, but we're talking about parents. Period. If you're not able to see your children, I mean, it's just completely wrong. If you're a healthy adult, if you're not no threat, you know, you're not out here hurting them, and you're there for them. Why can't you see your child? Because we definitely want to protect them against hurt, harm, and danger. But if you're not a person that's causing hurt, harm, and danger, and you can't see your child, how is that acceptable?
Right.
So we gotta call them.
We got time for one more caller.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Crunch Time. You on air?
Hi, this is Dr. Pat. How you all doing?
Hey, Dr. Pat, we good. How are you?
I'm doing good because this show is just wonderful, awesome. It's real, and I am just happy to hear this show.
Yes.
And when you said demonic spirits, we know the Word of God tells us we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and high places.
Mm-hmm.
You are on target, and we have been praying for all males, but God gave us a specific prayers to pray for our black males. So we have been doing this now continuously, and we're continuously praying, and I thank God for your show. You keep on doing what you're doing. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Pat. We appreciate you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Pat.
Oh my God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes,
happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Awesome. I appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate all of you guys for listening and tuning in, because we definitely want to address the issues that we are plagued with in our communities, and you know, this is one of the major ones. These kids are out here getting in trouble. I see so many kids with the ankle monitors on that I ain't never seen so many in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Where's your parents?
Right.
Parents, do you know where your kids are? Do you know where they're hanging out? Why are they in the streets? These streets are dangerous. Do you not hear that these kids are getting murdered and they're incarcerated? Like, this is going on. This is real.
Yeah.
So you have to protect your children, and how you protect them is giving them the best that you can give them. And the best is having mom and dad in the picture. Making sure dad is supported. Support his fatherhood. Be a woman, be a mother, and support the man's fatherhood. Make sure the kids go with their dads. They don't get an option. You can't tell them, "Oh, okay, it's okay. You don't have to go with it." Those days are over with. We got to stop that. They have to go with that. It's dad's time. Send them out. Even, don't you want your own time anyway? Don't you need time to yourself?
And these men,
you know?
and these fathers need to start stepping up too. Some of these fathers out here, they got kids.
Absolutely.
And they not out there handling their responsibilities.
That's true.
So we need these men to come out and step their game up.
Right.
And go both ways.
That definitely go both ways. And we definitely have resources for those men too. You know, the hurt fathers is there to, you know, also give aid to those fathers who don't know how to be fathers and don't know where to begin. So because we do have those fathers out there too. So we definitely want to make sure that we are covering everyone and with every need that we can possibly cover, because that's the foundation. That if we can get the parenting and the kids and all of this stuff in line out, we can build our communities to be great. You know, we can have prosperous homes, and we can have, you know, we can teach entrepreneurship. We can focus on the finances. We can focus on other things, but we gotta get our families in order. And the fathers, you know, and the men are the head, not the boss, but they are the head. And we have to let them lead and guide, especially if you trusted them to have a baby with. If you trusted this man to have a baby with him, then you got to let him guide and lead his family. And that's just the bottom line. And that's just where I stand as a woman. And I support the mothers, and I love moms, and I got the best mother in the world. So I know that mothers are very important as just as much as fathers are. So we're not bashing women. We're not bashing mothers. We just want to get the truth out there, and we want to get the resolution as well. You know, we want to just, you know, make sure we're healthy all the way around the board.
Yeah. We're wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
Couple things. Like I said, I'm working on a legal fund. My goal is to start off here in Baltimore. But like, if you followed our platform, my son's changed the world, and now it's time for my turn. So this legal fund, literally, I plan to just provide for fathers that's going through custody, you know, a custody case. And also, I'm back in court myself. So I have an attorney. His name Dan Mahomes. He's out of Frederick, Maryland. Phenomenal guy, and he even wants to take my case federal. I have a Gibson Go set up. But if anyone wants to reach me, you can reach me at thehurtfathers.org. That's THEHURTT, fathers, FATHERS.org. And my email address is on there. You can send donations. You can see some of the things that I'm doing. If you would like to partner and collab, like I said, I was thrown into this, so I'm learning as I go. You know what I mean? And it's wild because I have so many eggs before the chickens. You know what I mean? So I need help, you know, in this whole situation. And like us, we want to build a family, build an empire, and just help our families. You know, so only way we want to do that if we come together. You know? Absolutely.
So definitely make sure you support the Hurt Advocate,
the Hurt
Fathers Advocate Corporation. That's what I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I say it right. The Hurt Fathers Advocate Corporation. Definitely be a support to that. If you know anybody that can help, send them his way, send them our way. You know my number. If anything you need, 443-281-3839, 443-281-3839. I'm Dr. KB. I'm in the studio with my
Weezy in the house.
Right. It's time to shine. It's time to grind. Thank you, Mr. Hurt, for coming through. What is it?
It's Krunch time, baby.
Yeah. No, you're not. Yeah.
No, I'm live.
Oh.